The locksmith call center, or the locksmith that you just got off the phone with, you know, the one that gave you that weird feeling in your stomach, kind of like, you know, I don't really trust this person, something feels off about him. They probably already sent somebody to your location. With that being the case, you're going to want to watch the rest of this video. I'm going to show you all the red flags to look out for, and if you see any of these red flags, call the cops, tell them to go away, something. Whatever you do, do not let these people work on your car or on your house, because it's going to put you in a potential high-risk situation. I know you don't have much time, so I'm going to make this video as quick as possible. I'm going to fire everything off as fast as I can. That way you know exactly what you have to do. I've been a locksmith for a number of years, and I've seen all kinds of scams, all kinds of bait and switches. So these are things that I've seen people fall for, and they've become a victim of a scam. Number one, if their website said anything about like a $19 locksmith, $32 locksmith, anything, just a low number price locksmith, that's a scam. Next one, just call somebody else. Most locksmith work, especially if it's a key for a car, like unlocking a door, is going to be minimum 75, 80 bucks, could be up to 150. And they should tell you the price ahead of time. Lost key replacements for a car, usually going to start around 250 to 300 bucks. If they say like $100, it's a scam, call somebody else. Number two, if they say, hey, yeah, our guy will be there in 10 to 15 minutes, where I promise we're not right around the corner from your house. A real locksmith is going to be all over the place, and we're generally busy with two or three people ahead of you. Sometimes we can get to you if we're next, like just happen to be there in the area, but I promise they're not going to be there in 10 minutes. Number three, if there's no like real contact information on the website, if it feels generic, that's a scam too. You want to avoid those websites. Go on another website for hopefully to find a legitimate one. Or if their website says lowest prices, our technicians, the best prices, you know, anything that seems salesy, because this type of work is not cheap. It is expensive. So anything guaranteeing a low price, it's a scam. Or whenever you call probably the 1-800 number, or actually they got smart now. They started using local numbers. So whenever you call them and they're like, hello service or hello locksmith, if they don't respond with, hey, this is XYZ locksmith, whatever, then it's probably a call center and you're not even talking to a real locksmith. Whenever you talk to a real locksmith, they're going to be happy to help you. You should at least feel some sort of enthusiasm in them wanting to help you instead of seeming like an inconvenience to them. If they're not asking you what type of vehicle you have, the year, make, and model, what does the key look like? Is it a key ignition? Do you stick the key in the ignition and turn it? Is it a push to start? How many buttons are on the fob? What color is it? If they're not asking basic information, then it's going to be a scam too. With this kind of work, is very specific. I need to know the exact year, make, and model. That way I can give you the correct price. That way I'm not overcharging you and I'm not undercharging you, because again, this type of work is expensive. Like for example, if you tell a locksmith or a scammer, oh yeah, I drive a Cadillac. Oh, okay, great, yeah, it's going to be $700. And you're like, well, why is it $700? Some new cars are around that much, but for lost key replacements. But if it's like a 2010 Cadillac, it's with a key ignition, it's not going to be that much. That's why you do want them to ask you the year, make, and model, because there's different years of vehicle makes and they all have different keys every few years, and it has to be specific. And they also need to know, did you lock your key in the car? Did you lose the key? Do you need a spare? Is there something going on with it? If they don't care about the backstory of what's going on with your car, you're going to get scammed. And with that information, they should be able to give you a price range depending on a couple situations. I think it should be within $100. Like, hey, you know, if this happens, is this much? If this has to happen, is that much? But sometimes they'll say, hey, you know what? It could be $50. It could be $600. That's way too much of a gap. There has to be much closer. If they're giving you a random number like that, then again, talk to somebody else. And if they don't let you talk to the locksmith, or you cannot get into contact with the locksmith, that's not always wrong, but it does make you feel a little sketchy about it. But if you work with an independent locksmith, then you're going to talk to the locksmith directly. And also, if they're willing to drop the price really fast, again, red flag. If they're saying, hey, it's $300, oh, well, this guy said this, yeah, we can do it for this much, then yeah, that's a scam too. These next few things are going to be for whenever the locksmith does show up. These are going to be red flags to look out for, green flags, what to expect, what's acceptable, what's weird, stuff like that. The person showing up should give you a good impression. They should make you feel comfortable. If they show up, they give you a weird feeling, say, hey, you know what, I don't feel comfortable with you, please leave. And they're probably going to require like a $30 service fee. Just pay them. Your safety is worth $30, and call somebody else. The person that shows up should have some sort of like maybe like hopefully a work shirt. Right now I'm actually on the field, but I don't have my work shirt with my business information. But my card's got a big sign on the back showing my business name, my contact information, my social medias. If they show up and you don't know they're the locksmith and it's just kind of some random dude showing up and not uniform, that person either doesn't know what they're doing, not properly trained, or somebody they just picked up and they wanted to train to be a con artist or something. So if they don't have a work shirt or something on the car, red flag, sketchy, not necessarily a bad person, but I mean it does feel a little sketchy, a little unprofessional if you can't tell that they're the locksmith. They should greet you with a smile, the proper handshake, the proper greeting, Definitely want to trust your gut with them. If they have like a sketchy vibe, or if they're a little abrasive, a little rude, there are a lot of locksmiths that are rude, very blunt, upfront. They think you're an idiot. They're just not pleasant to deal with. If they start feeling like that, again, send them on their way. And if they start asking way too many personal questions that are not related to, like, say, making the key for the car or your house, again, just same thing. Don't even let them continue. Never pay anybody in advance either. The proper way is that you pay whenever the job is done. If they're asking for payment before they get there, before their guy shows up, or when they get there before completing any services, don't pay them. Tell them to go away. And this one really gets me because I see a lot of scammers and people that are not qualified. Once they want to start drilling things without trying an actual solution, just tell them to stop, because they're going to damage things. It's going to cost you way more money, and it's going to be a headache. Or they start ripping things apart, just random stuff, without telling you. There are some cards you got to rip things apart, but when I do it, I always tell my customer, hey, you know what? I have to do X, Y, and Z, and I'm telling you this because I don't want you to come around to the car and see all these things laying around. And it's not very common, but I do have to do it sometimes, depending on the car, depending on the situation. If they don't tell you that ahead of time, their supposedly $28 service or whatever is going to turn into about $500. We call that the classic bait and switch. I'm baiting you with a low price, and then, oh, here's your $500 bill. And it's not uncommon or unethical for there to be price changes, but at the end of the day, they should present you with several options. Like, for example, if somebody has a 2012 Toyota Camry, it can have a key with the fob or a key without the fob, where it's just a plain key. I tell people, hey, you know what? This is the price for this one. This is the price for that one. The key with the fob cost $300 for a lost key replacement. The key without the fob is $200. Which one do you want to go with? What's within your budget? I'm not going to force them to go with a more expensive option. And if they're pushing you into that, again, find someone else. That's going to be the common theme. Find someone else. Ultimately, you have to be the one that decides what's within your budget. And if the person is there at your house right now, which hopefully they're not, or if it gets to the point to where they're actively trying to scam you, call the police, or have somebody that's there with you, call the cops, and don't pay them. Just start recording the interaction. But if there's some sort of proof, like a text message or a video recording, that they were going to charge, $28, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, you get a $400 or $500 bill, record that, save it, have it as proof, screenshot it, whatever. Take a picture of the person, take a picture of the vehicle, screenshot their numbers. The problem is that when you call a call center, they grab your information and they redistribute it to a bunch of sketchy locksmiths or other people that are in your area. And they all start calling you. Your phone blows up with 10, 15, 20 calls, and you start losing track of what number's which. When the locksmith shows up, ask, hey, what company are you with? Ask a lot of questions. Be very suspicious. Grill them. Shit. If they start cracking under pressure, or if they're very evasive, again, those are people that you don't want to work with. You as a customer, you need to protect yourself, because you're giving access to these. You're giving these people access to your vehicle. They're able to save your information. Same thing with their house. Once they cut the key to your house and they record the information, nothing is stopping them from making another key for your house or for your car, any of that. I try to make this as fast as possible. If you found this video helpful, send this to your friends. That way they can be prepared for whenever they do need a locksmith. They know what to look for and they don't get taken advantage of. And if you did get taken advantage of, I'm very sorry. There are a lot of sketchy people that do this kind of work. And that's why I made this video. So if it did happen to you, that way you know what to look out for, so you can be better prepared next time. Don't let these bad experiences discourage you. There are a lot of sketchy locksmiths out there, but a real locksmith, somebody like me, someone that is taking the time to educate you, we actually want to help you, not rob you.